Hey guys, it's me, John Anthony Chihawk Soltero. I am the anti-hero, and today, of course, is New Comic Book Day Wednesday. So I've got my haul from the shop today, and I've also got a package that came in from two claim sales on Facebook. And this guy never fails to deliver with some of the stuff that he puts on his claim sales, and really well priced stuff. And there's some pretty great stuff in there as well. So I'm going to go over what I got today first, and then I'll go over the claim sale and we'll do the unboxing as well. So first was Batman 99, the B cover with the Clown Hunter on it. I'm not reading Batman right now, but honestly, this Clown Hunter character and design, I don't know. It's just something that really intrigues me, especially since I saw the design cover from a few issues ago that they did. There's a Nightwing design cover by Jorge Jimenez that I really want. I'm not sure what the ratio on it is, but it's one that I'm a Nightwing fan. Obviously, he's my favorite character. And even though it's a Batman book, and I really wish they would do it as a Nightwing book, because then I could really justify buying it. It's a little bit high for a new book, but I wouldn't be buying it for an investment. I'd be buying it because it's got my favorite character on it. And so my plan is, okay, it came out today. It's $35. If it's still there this weekend, then I'll get it. But they only had 2 copies, so if it's gone, it's gone. Like, I'm not gonna get upset if it's gone. I could probably be able to find it at some point later when the price goes down a little bit, hopefully, but we'll see. I also got a couple second prints. I got Dark Knight's Death Metal #1 second print. I also got Batman: The Adventures Continue #2 second print. This is the character Sunny makes her first appearance in this one, in the first print anyways. And then in this one is the first Robin King and the Darkest Night, I believe. Terry McGinnis as the Darkest Night, which is kind of cool. And then this is a new book that came out this week. It's called Heavy from Vault Comics, and I got one of the variant covers. Kind of reminded me of Frank Miller's Sin City, with a little bit of Eduardo Risso's stylings on like the hands and the body and the guns and stuff, but I just kind of dug that. Then there was Immortal Hulk #37. I believe Ross is still doing the covers, and I mean, he's killing it on these covers. It's great stuff. And then issue 0 also came out today. So I really got to play catch up with my Immortal Hulk, because I think the last one I read was like 25 or 26. So I'm like 12, 13 issues back. But all right, let us open up this box and see what I got, because he sent me an invoice when I paid it to look it over, but one of the sales was from a couple weeks ago. So, let's see. He always does a really good job packing as well. So, even if the box gets dinged up, which of course it does because it's a medium-sized box and these things don't hold up great, especially for shipping comics, but Eric always does a phenomenal job shipping. And this is one solid block, so hold on a second. And some padding, some cushioning. It just wraps it pretty snug, which I appreciate, which I try to do with my packing when I sell books. And some of these are going to be on the show either this week or next week. And because I was born and raised in a frugal household, let's just say, I try to reuse as much of the packing material as I can. So if I can avoid slashing open the bubble wrap, and I do so. That may not make a lot of sense to people, but I mean, if it gives your books a little bit more packing, and they don't need full-on bubble wrap, I say why not, you know? This is a game of numbers. You know, how many books you can fit in a package. I never, and not to say other people cheap out on their packing or their shipping or anything like that. Some people do. Some people will ship cheaper, you know, just to be able to save a couple bucks, or they'll charge up on their shipping. I try not to charge up on my shipping, because shipping is not where you make money. If you make money doing this, you make money, you know, getting a good deal on books. I've also got some blind boxes that I bought last week that have some pretty killer stuff in them as well. So this I'm just gonna cut away at because it's a bag. But yeah, this is, I mean, I would much rather have packing that I have to cut away at than have packing that, you know, the book just falls out. And I've had that before with one or two, I mean, not a whole lot, but one that was Batman Mask of the Phantasm adapted, and it was the Prestige format, square bound, and they stuck it in a padded envelope, at least, with a loose piece of cardboard, not any thicker than this. I mean, this is from like a juice box, and they just slid it in on the front side of the comic book, didn't bind it, didn't mask it, nothing like that, and then drew the Superman shield on the envelope and said "Do not bend," and the package came, you know, bent in half. It was advertised as being a collector value or collectible. So means it's in pristine shape. At least that's what I take it to mean. And right down the middle of the spine, it got pressed in a roller or stuck underneath something, and it just crushed the spine right in the middle. And it's not like it was a super expensive book, but I messaged the person and I said, hey, this came back really badly damaged, and it was bent in half, and you only had like a small piece of cardboard in it. And they were like, huh, that's never happened before. This is the first time that's ever happened, which is either A, they're not telling the truth, or B, they've just been really, really lucky. So when I ship stuff, if you ever buy anything from me, just know that I've done my very best to pack it. If something happens, I apologize, and I'll do everything I can to make it right. But I mean, it's one of those things that it's like, I would never intentionally just ship something crappily, you know, to save a buck or two. But anyways, here we go. All right, so I got Brother Dracul, #1, B cover. I got Avengers 314, Into the Void. This is a white cover. And I mean, other than the spine, I mean, it's a binding issue with them using the back part of the spine and not putting it perfectly. This is a white cover, and this is a $1 issue, and it's from 1990? Holy cow. This is 30 years old at this point. I got the director's cut for the New Avengers. I think I got a couple of these. I got Marvel Rising Alpha with the Carol Danvers cover. I got Marvel Rising Alpha with the Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel cover. And then I got Marvel Rising Miss Marvel and Squirrel Girl virtual reality cover. Captain Universe, or Marvel Comics Group Spotlight on Captain Universe, #10. The Infinity Wars Weapon Hex, #1. This is like X-23 and Scarlet Witch together. Pretty cool cover. Let's see. Hobgoblin #2, the Got a Problem Call Hobgoblin cover. This is probably one of my first Xenoscope books. It's definitely my first Xenoscope book in a really, really long time. Gretel number 1. Falcon versus Winter Soldier, number 1. Or Falcon and Winter Soldier, number 1. DC versus Marvel, number 4. I've been buying a lot of these lately, and I think they're going up in value. But at the same time, it's just one of those things that, like, I remember that story when it came out, and I tried seeking it all out. Next thing is getting all the rest of the Amalgam books, and I have more of the high dollar ones, like the Dark Claw books, but some of the more obscure ones are going to be harder to find, and I just need to keep a list of what I need. So, Swordmaster, number 3. Speedball, the Masked Marvel, number 1. Strange Adventures, number 1 of 12. This is a Black Label book. I had no idea that it was Black Label. I just saw the cover and that it's Adam Strange, and that's pretty sweet. Silk, number 1. I believe this is volume 2. It's volume 2. Not sure if it's volume 2. Marvel Rising, number 0. I have a friend whose daughter loves the Marvel Rising books. Okay, buddy? Come here. You're okay. It's Grayson having a little hay fever going on. Had to pick this one up because it's an Adam Hughes. And it's Invisible Woman, number 1. Great cover. Barbed Wire, number 1. Comics Greatest World. What is this? Week 1. War of the Realms. This is, I think, yeah, War of the Realms, number 1. Nice, cool wraparound cover. Gotta love Art Adams. Art Adams' work is stellar, and he continues with his abilities. This is another copy of Marvel Rising, number 0. I apparently claimed multiples. I didn't mean to, but it's cool. Captain America 25, Death of the Dream. This is a second print variant. I believe these are from the first run. This is G.I. Joe 26 and 27. Great cover with Snake Eyes being kicked out of the subway by Storm Shadow. Some of these are definitely from my personal collection. Alpha Flight 32. That's a hole in my collection. 49. $56. 57. 59. 75 with Gamma Flight. What if General Ross had become Hulk, with the homage to Hulk number 1? Batman White Knight 2D, cover D, number 2. I think this is a second print. I believe it's a second print. Captain Britain and MI-13, number 1, third printing. JSA Classified, number 2. This is, it says it's a third print. It's a great cover, though. Where did we do the cover? If it's Connor, maybe. Kind of looks like her work. Street Fighter, number 1, way back from Malibu. Oh, man. Brings back memories, like when they made the G.I. Joe, Hasbro made the G.I. Joe Street Fighter figures. Far Sector #1, phenomenal series. If you're not reading it, get on it. Hell, Year of the Villain, Hell Arisen, 3 of 4. This is second print, red cover. Suicide Squad 38. This is the origin of Bronze Tiger. Batman 89, second print. So those two, Hell Arisen and Batman 89. This one I was real iffy on because I'm not a fan of this individual, and I've just, there's been a lot of controversy around him, but Cyberfrog #1. Thor 341. It's a great cover. And then a DC Nation #0. He did throw in some freebies because I've been a repeat customer on his Claim Buy It Now shows. And this guy, I mean, puts in really, really good books. This was the first show, I think, that he did $6 claims. Most of his are, the good majority of the books that he puts out are $2. And then he towards the end, he'll put $4. And then he's also the individual that I got the Ultimate Fallout 4 second print variant with Miles taking off his mask and the white background with the store stamp on it. So this is a really good haul today. And some of these books are going to be on the show this week, or they, might be in the next couple of weeks. But hope you'll tune in for non-con. Oh, and some updates on the Bubba Patrol. So I talked to the printing partnership program, and they told me that the books were going to print this week. I know they said that last week, but when it's not a print-on-demand type situation, you're kind of at the mercy of how the printing is being done. They did say they saw the proofs. They get PDF proofs because it's web press. You can't pull one off the press right away. Like it doesn't work that way because most of it is done with the setup and everything. Anyways, everything that's been turned out by them has looked great. Quality is supposed to be even higher, and the shipping is supposed to be even better. Shipping and packing. I am also, tonight I will start page 15 of issue 4 of the Bubba Patrol, and it's going along swimmingly. I'm really happy with the way this story is progressing, and whether I decide to keep this an oversized 4th issue or break it up into 2 issues, 4 and 5, it's going to be, this is the end of the first story arc. So if you get the first 4 issues, you'll have a complete story along with the Bubba files. And going to work on a way to do a release party. There is supposed to be an event here in Tucson in October, mid-October. The book will be back by then for issue 3. The end of September, there's going to be an event at Harley's, a little mini event where they're going to control a crowd. There's going to be 2 vendors, Lady T Comics, Comic Keys, and myself. However, I have told vendors and stuff like that, like if there's any concerns, health-wise or otherwise, I'm going to back out of it because we have to take care of ourselves and we have to take care of each other. So it's super important. But look for that because I'm not only going to be selling my books, I'll be selling some toys and some key comics and dollar comics and stuff like that as well. So we'll be seeing you then. And I'm also going to put the link for my non-con page in here because pretty much every Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific or 7 p.m. Arizona, because it'll be switching to 6 Pacific, but 7 p.m. here. That I had a DC-centric show last week, and it went pretty well, and just because of DC fandom. But I'm having some fun doing it, and I'm getting some new viewers, and it would be great if you guys could like and share and subscribe if you'd like. If you like the content I'm putting out, I know it's not flashy. I'm not a video editor. I don't have any video editing programs on my computer, although I should look into that because there are some free ones. I just like to show you what's going on and kind of talk about things. So it doesn't really need a lot of like visuals and stuff like that. Although I would like to do that for some of my future videos, because I have some interesting things that I like to put out there, like my top 5 favorite moments in comics, and my top 5 favorite fights in movies, and my top 5, this and that. And I'd like to have the little thing pop up on the corner so you could see what I'm talking about, not just me holding up a book and being like, I don't know if you can see that panel or not. So, but everything's going pretty well. And I just hope that you guys take care of yourselves and take care of each other, because as I tell myself very often, you cannot save the world if you cannot save yourself. And that's very, very important right now. While some of our lives haven't changed as dramatically as others, there is still an immense change that happens, whether it's not being able to talk to your loved ones as often, or not being able to go out and do things as often. Those are changes to our regular way of life, and it's hard, and it's okay that it's hard, and it's okay that there's a loss there. It's perfectly okay. I just hope that you guys are taking care of yourselves, that you're taking care of each other, and be on the lookout. The Bubba Patrol issue 3 is coming, and issue 4 is not far behind. So we'll be advertising a crowdfunding campaign for that one as well. So take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and until next time, read some comics.